This is verse 26 of the 20th chapter of the Gospel of Matthew, Jesus correcting the impression of the disciples who thought that the kingdom of Christ would resemble the kingdoms of this world, in which people would have great authority, in which they would impose that authority on others. And Jesus, of course, alludes to that way of exercising political authority and contrasts it sharply with the way in which authority would be exercised in the kingdom he was establishing. And he really gets to the point here in verse 26. Uk is the negation. The chi is used before a rough breather. Uk, hutos. Hutos, indeclinable adverb, not thus. That's the way it reads. Estai, in most manuscripts, future of eimi, I am, third person singular, future active indicative, not shall be. There's some manuscript support for is here instead, the present, so it is not that way among you. That's a debated point, but probably the preferable authority supports estai. So uk hutos, not it shall be. En preposition can mean in or among. Here with the plural typically means among, not among you, the dative plural of the second person pronoun. It shall not be this way among you. Strong conjunction, all, hos ian, whoever. Hos, the relative pronoun with ian, which will take the subjunctive. So whoever. But whoever wishes, fellow, I wish or I want. This is the third person singular. It's the present active subjunctive. So whoever wishes or wants, en humen, among you. Same construction as here. Megas, mage, magu, the adjective that means great, depending on the gender, of course. So whoever, this is masculine, singular, nominative, whoever wants among you, great. Genesthai, from genomai, I become. This is the infinitive, an aorist infinitive. So whoever wishes among you, great, to become. Estai, same as here, he will be. Humon, put up front for emphasis, to you, or your. Diakonos, your servant. The humon would typically go behind this, but here it's put up front to give it a little extra force in the sentence. So he will to you be the servant, and that, of course, is the rather striking contrast that Jesus will paint with respect to the way in which authority is exercised in the kingdom. Pope Gregory, of course, was the first one to famously use the phrase of himself as Pope, the servant of the servants of God, which is a pretty good description of the way in which it should be approached. Not every pope, of course, has quite embraced that as they should have, but nevertheless, the principle is good and should be exercised with some degree of diligence in all offices within the operation of the kingdom, within the church, within those domains where God's people are serving.